This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brandon Andrus Green.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Almost everyone has an app idea. Until recently, turning that idea into reality required programmers, time, and a serious budget. AI has changed the equation. But building an app is one thing. Building one people actually use is another. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Jagger Reznikov, an app builder, vibe coder, and entrepreneur who helps people move from an idea toward a working product. Jagger, how's it going?
Brandon, it's going great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So for someone hearing the term for the first time, what is vibe coding?
Yeah, so vibe coding, sometimes it gets a lot of flack, but I think it's super cool. It's basically using like AI assisted software to help you build out an app. But I think it's cool because it kind of lowers the barrier in a sense, because it gives a lot of opportunity for people that previously couldn't, even small businesses. This can be useful. I've already built out multiple apps and a whole pipeline of apps. But yeah, it's basically just using AI assisted software to help build these. So
Cool, man. So what can a beginner realistically build with AI today without traditional coding background?
yeah, so I don't have any traditional coding background myself. I was in sales for a few years. I've done life insurance. I've been a broker. And I've always been a big techie though, so I've leaned into this a lot. But really, I mean, anything, man, from mobile games to right now, I've built out a journaling app, which has been like my flagship app basically right now, that I'm rolling out updates for constantly. I mean, anything from journaling apps to stress, anxiety, social media. People have built plant identifier apps. I've got a bunch of mobile games that I'm building as well. So, I mean, really almost anything you can imagine, man. It's super cool. I mean, it integrates super easily with anything you want to throw in Claude or GPT or camera. Add like camera so you can take pictures in the app and do stuff. It's super easy to link up. And so really almost anything, man.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they assume AI can simply build the entire app for them?
So despite having, like, I've got some pretty good software myself, but despite that, I've still got to go through and bug fix because it's not ever going to be 100% accurate. I've got to go in there and like check stuff myself. Sometimes I've got to analyze things and try to find those bugs and fix those. And you've still got to go through it step by step. It's not like you just one prompt and the whole thing's built out. You've got to have payment integration, and you've got Apple's got not restrictions, sorry, but they've got guidelines, which is a good thing. It's good to have those. Like, you've got to have like delete account features. You've got to have all this stuff. So Apple's strict on that, and it's not a bad thing. But yeah.
And you mentioned that you're developing a journal app. What problem did you want to solve, and what made that idea worth pursuing?
Yeah, so I've actually I've been journaling myself for a few years, and I found that it really helps. And so that was kind of like my starter app to I thought it would be something cool to work on. It's simple, but I've added a lot of really cool features in there, like a time capsule feature, which I think is really neat if you can maybe track progress or send something for yourself for the future. But the journaling app is something that I've been kind of passionate about for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years now. Probably about 5 years. So I thought that was a good place to start.
And what's the name of that? And is that live?
Yes, it's on the App Store. Velum Journal, VELUM Journal. It's on iOS. It's not on Google Play yet. It will be. I'm going to try to get those over there.
So at what point did building apps move from something you enjoyed experimenting with to maybe the work you wanted to pursue seriously?
Yeah, so now having this app that's like, we're still getting some momentum, and it's only the beginning, but it's super cool, and I love it. I've got subscribers, I've got premium users, I'm pushing out updates regularly, I'm listening to feedback, I'm listening to what people want or don't want, I'm doing research on what other apps have or don't have, and coming out of sales, having been a broker and doing phone calls all day and stuff like that, I've always been a big techie, and so I think I found this and I started doing it kind of just for fun. I was like, well, I could really do something with this. So now I'd like to make it like a primary thing for me. So
have there been any apps that you've worked on where it looked super simple at first, but really became much harder than you expected?
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually this isn't something I've actually talked about yet, but I'm working on building a dating app as well. That one's a little bit more complicated because you've got to handle user info, so you got to be super careful with that and make sure everything's there. But that's kind of more of a project I'm working on. But you do run into bugs, like I said, you run into bugs, you run into different things, and so you just got to expect challenges and be willing to figure it out. I mean, most of the time it doesn't take me super long to figure these things out, especially when you've got Claude or whatever else, or the software that I use. I can usually tackle it pretty quick. So,
and I noticed you've also produced about 50 episodes of your Jagger Reznikov show. And I know that you share that work across several platforms. How has content helped people discover what you do and where you want to become more consistent?
Yeah, so podcast is something I want to get some more episodes out for. It's been just a little bit. I've been super busy this year, but content's helped a lot because all my promotion for my apps I've done organically. I haven't done paid ads or UGC yet. Maybe I will. I probably will at some point, but right now it's been all organic. It's been through TikTok, X, all that stuff. And because of social media, I actually did a phone interview yesterday with the New York Times Magazine about it. And that story is going to be out in about 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, social media is super cool. I mean, you've got people that'll say stuff or whatever, but you just keep doing your thing. That's all that matters. So.
And what's this New York one about your New York Times Magazine? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes. So yeah, we did that yesterday. That story is going to be out in a couple of weeks. They were basically asking me a lot of some similar stuff about my experience in vibe coding. If I had traditional background, obviously I haven't. In coding, I haven't ever done college classes, anything like that. This was something I was just super passionate about. They're asking about other projects I've seen from people and if there's any other people I've kind of followed or started from. And there's a guy on X Twitter, what do you want to call it? Alex Finn was who I started from, learning from, and that's how I found out about vibe coding. He's super cool. I've talked with him a bit. He's a cool guy. And so, yeah, social media is definitely a super big help for this kind of stuff. You just got to be passionate about it, consistent.
Nice. And yeah, sometimes it's easier said than done, huh?
Yep. Oh, yeah, for sure.
So for someone that's maybe sitting on app idea right now, what's the first practical step they should take?
So if you've already got an idea, what I like to do is use something, and again, it doesn't matter if you're using Claude or OpenAI or Grok or whatever you want to use. I'll be like, okay, I've got this idea. Let's refine it. Help me kind of expand out on this, right? Help me figure it out. Like, what would this look like? What kind of features would it have? Stuff like that. And so I like to go in there and expand on it. Sometimes I'll have an idea. Sometimes I'll go searching for an idea, but I think it's good. It helps to use those to kind of refine, like, how can we monetize? What are some cool features that would go well in this app? Stuff like that. So.
And what's the best way for our listeners to kind of follow along with what all you got going on, or maybe even just connect with you to talk about a future project?
Sorry, say it again one more time.
What's the best way for our listeners to kind of follow along with you, or even just try to connect with you for an upcoming project?
Yeah, so all of my social media except TikTok, it's at Jagger Reznikov, JaggerReznikov. My TikTok's a little different. It's at official Jagger Reznikov. That one's different because I had an account with that handle a while back and I just don't have it anymore. So that one's different. But yeah, that'd be the best way, man.
Perfect. Well, Jagger, I so appreciate you being on this show, and I wish you and your work the best moving forward, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptulsa.com. That's gnptulsa.com. Or call 918-301-6356.